Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready.
What?
Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions. He loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Monday morning. I forgot to hit mute on my other computer. Now it's making all kinds of beeping noises. Happy I have a happy Monday, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope you're having a beautiful. My hair looks so weird this morning. Does my hair look weird to anyone else? Someone quick redeem a hat so I can hide this monstrosity. Happy, perfect hair, Captain Nose says. You're pretty. Look, I do my best. The Captain of Nose, thank you for saving me from myself. Let's get a hat added to this stack. Thank you for the hat redeem. Captain Nose, a Thindle. We got another hat there. All right. Now you guys don't have to see. I did ask for it. Now you guys don't have to see the monstrosity that was my hair. Still need to add in a little noise redeem for when I get the hats there. I missed the hat. There's 3 hats. There we go. Shy Programmer, Thindle, Captain of Nose. Thank you for the hat redeems. I appreciate it. I need to add in a noise. I need a little noise. Hey, let's see. What should we do? Thank you.
Oh, I got that.
Oh yeah. Thank you for the dopamine, Code Monk. Thank you for the dopamine. We got to get in a should add some Hero Fox. Thank you for the hat. See, look, I got to be careful what I ask for. My hair's looking funny this morning after my workout there. Good vibes makes games. Welcome back to the stream. Let's get another hat on. Thank you for the hat redeems, everybody. So great to have you here on this beautiful morning. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Monday. Hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for being here any day. I can wake up and code or put hats on with the crew. Is a beautiful day, and today's another beautiful day. Merlin, thank you for the hat redeem. I appreciate it. It's not a knife, it's a knife. It's true. It's not a hat, it's a hot. Code Monk, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's push a new hat on this deck. Oh boy, you guys going for it. Thank you for all the hats. I appreciate you. I appreciate all you beautiful folks out there. Code Monk, congratulations on your first. Nice try, Merlin. There's a 3-hour cooldown. Sitchin, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat on this stack. Oh my goodness. National Zoo hat coming in. Starting strong. Nice try, Merlin. Nice try. You're going to have to wait 3 more hours. I'm sorry. So, Unity Coder, thank you for the hat redeem. Oh boy. Coming in strong here. Coming in with all the hats. This hat is not gonna fit. I'm quite right. Refund my follow. Merlin, sorry, no refunds. All sales are final. You get what you get and you don't get upset. That's the official policy here at Captain Coder's Academy. You get what you get and you don't get upset. And if you do, get out. You're gone. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's adjust this up here. My camera's zoomed in too much. Thick doll, 2, no, don't have enough points. Hyper, thank you for the hat redeem. Oh no, it's gonna be one of those days. Hyper, thank you for the hat redeem. Thick doll, nice try. Let's get another hat on here. We're 11 hats deep, I believe. We need to have a hat counter somewhere on the screen. I'll just have to leave Thick doll in a chat for a bit. You could also transfer the points. There's an exclamation point. I mean, I shouldn't tell you these things. I should keep them a secret. Is that just going to encourage people to create too many accounts and transfer? It's points give. It would be Thick doll 1. Oh, maybe not. I just did it wrong. There you go. All right, it's time for the madness to happen. Congratulations on your points. It's so wonderful to have all you beautiful people here today. Code Monk, you got 1 JDs, not bad. Dictal, thank you for the hat redeem. Thank you for the hat redeem. We're gonna have to adjust this hat stack here. Hang on. There's too many hats. I gotta do a little bit of deallocation. Oh, deallocation, reallocation here. Let's get another hat on this stack. All right, there we go. I'm beautiful, no matter what they say. Hats, Felix, thank you for the hat redeem. Hats can't keep me down, 'cause I'm beautiful. Felix, another hat on the stack. Oh man, what a Monday. What a Monday going in here. All right, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat here on the stack. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. There we go. Thank you for the hat redeems, everybody. A hat stack overflow, not yet, but I'm feeling like I'm under a hat overflow attack for sure. For sure, we did have a little bit of a hatalanche there for a moment. Not the worst hatalanche I've ever seen, but it was a big one. It was a big one. So wonderful to have all you beautiful people here. Code Monk, congratulations. Hero Fox, welcome back to the stream. We got Captain Enosa. We got Hyper. We got Nikki B Hobbying. Felix, great to have you here, my friend. Dramulx, you're always welcome. I'm glad you're here. We got the Beep Boop Cat Bop, Shy Programmer, wonderful to see ya. Merlin, Sigian, Thindle, Vibe makes game, bringing the vibes. Sir Vegano 42, sir. Vegano 42, I'd like to welcome you to the stream today. Sir Vegano, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. Happy Monday, everybody. Unity Coder, great to have you here. Kuwani, welcome back to the stream. Congratulations on number 11. Thindle, number 12. Not bad. Not bad. Folks, don't forget exclamation point here. Get those points. Thickdole, congratulations on your bonus points. All right, folks. So great to have all you beautiful people here. You beautiful people. You beautiful people. If you hear daily, claim, first, second, third, they all do the same thing. They all do the same thing. So I'm sorry, there's so many different options to get you there. What are we working on today, folks? What are we continuing to work on? Yeah, I know, it's just really exactly Sigi and Waka 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 Waka. Waka Waka Waka. We are continuing work on our Pac-Man inspired game. We finished setting up our renderer yesterday. Mab did a pull request, folks. If you let me do a what are we working on? We're working on our Pac-Man inspired game. Let me show you what we have so far. Let me show you what we have. Show you what I got. What? Show you what I got. That's right. The what? That's funny. There. All right. So we have a Pac-Man game. We're working on adding in our enemies. We made some sprites for him yesterday. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is our Baldi. So instead of ghosts, we're gonna have Baldis. Maybe we'll have some. They'll be called something else as well. But this is one of the Baldis here. This is. They're gonna have at least three different phases. This one is the searching phase of this guy. This one's the chasing phase. We'll have one where when Pac-Man's chasing them. So there's gonna be searching, chasing, and running are gonna be the three different forms that the Pac-Man enemies can take. I'm really happy with how this sprite came out. We added these in yesterday. It was wonderful. Irad, Dev, and BK Dev. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back. I hope both of you have been having a wonderful week. Welcome to Monday, everybody. Whimsically Made, thank you for the hat. We're running out of hats. We're running out of hats. Thank you for the hats, my friend. Let's get this wizard hat up on top of this stack. We might have to reverse it there. Thank you for the hat redeem. I appreciate you. It's going well. We're gonna a hat in a hat on a hat with some hats. Let's get this in here. Oh no, we need more hats. Siler Atomic, wonderful to have you here. Wonderful to have you here. BK Dev, thank you for the hat redeem. Am I already out of hats? No, we got a few more. We have a few more. Let's get our roar hat on. I gotta adjust the camera again. Well, look. I have many pains. Neck pain is just one of them. Get this hat added to the stack there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, roar. Roar. IRAD dev. Nothing like, you know, it only started out with neck pain. Now it's just more of a numbness than anything else. More of a numbness than anything. So I mean, what the doctor said I should, you know, maybe I should see a doctor, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too worried about. Whoa, we're so zoomed in right now. Zoom back out. Look, if you ignore the pain long enough, eventually it's gonna go away, right? Right? One way or another, the pain will stop. You know, maybe that it's, you know, maybe the pain goes away because it heals, and maybe the pain goes away because you stop feeling anything at all. Whatever the case might be, that's okay. That'd be a funny conversation to have with your neurosurgeon. It's true. It's true. You know, is it whimsically made? I gotta ask you a question. Is it normal to have a neurosurgeon? I don't have one. Maybe I should look into that. Welcome to Lurk Mode, BK Dev. You know you're always welcome to lurk here with a lurk here and a lurk there. Here to lurk, there to lurk, everywhere lurk. Old BK Dev lurking good. Lurk. All right, so we had some fun making this. My job requires me to wear tall stacks of hats. Yeah, this, you know, it comes with the territory. You know how it be. The hardest part, honestly, the hardest part about wearing this many hats is trying to drink water. Without falling over. It's the most challenging part. Luckily, no one's hit the play Tetris button while I have all these hats on here. So we're safe. We're safe for now. Looking forward to being able to say, you'll talk to my lawyer. I don't have one yet. You'll be hearing from my lawyer's lawyer. You'll be hearing from my friend's lawyer. Man, that coffee's good. Oh no! You know, BK, I think I'm gonna BK. You know, I'm not. I shouldn't have said anything. BK, can I refund your points today? I don't have any socks. And I'm really not feeling it right now. Is it okay if I'm super sorry? Okay, I'm gonna refund it. I'm sorry about that. It's not that I don't want to. I know I shouldn't have said anything. I was like, you know what? Someone's totally gonna do that. There's your points back. Take your points back. Well, so whimsically made. I run on a treadmill while playing Tetris at the same time and talking with the chat. So I need socks to do that. And my socks are on the so we're in the West Wing right now. I have to go all the way to the East Wing. My girlfriend's currently sleeping on the East Wing, I should say sleeping in the East Wing. And so if I go over there, then there's a risk involved in that. BK, I appreciate it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. Cat wears so many hats, but no socks. I took them off. My feet were getting hot. Who wears socks? What kind of monster wears socks? I'm just kidding. All right, so I want to give a huge thanks to Smab. Smab did a pull request here. So one of the coolest things that we've had a couple pull requests here, folks. If you want to contribute to this project, by all means, help yourself. No promises. I'm going to accept your pull request. We've gotten some pull requests into this project. It was super cool. So Smab has done a couple pull requests here. And then we also got Tuber Tugger added a score UI. I gave some feedback. He's going to come back. He's going to fix it up, and then we're going to add a score UI. So if anyone has some ideas for things that they might want to add to the game, go ahead, fork the repository. If you make some contributions, I will 100% consider adding it in. I'm not saying I will add it in, but I'll do my best. Thank you for the hey code monk. Shy Program says I'm not going to stay long. No problem. I still want to play some Valhalla. That game is too addictive. I can't play that game. That style of game, I'm such an addict when it comes to video games. I got to be super careful with those things. I usually don't play video games during the school year for that exact reason. Oh, that decaf. Gotta get that decaf. Gotta trick my body into thinking I'm having some caffeine. All right, so there's a couple things I want to do. The main thing I want to do, let's start off. I want to add in a game renderer. Notice there's a couple interesting things here. Catman and Blinkus. When we render them, they're not. They don't know where to render themselves. They kind of don't have an offset, whereas our board has this offset here. We can use this to adjust where it gets drawn onto the screen. I want to add in a offset to these two methods. And then I also want to create a game renderer class. A game renderer class. Right now we have a board renderer, we have a cat renderer, we have a Blinkus renderer. I want to make a game renderer, put those things together, and then the game renderer will be able to draw the whole thing. Or I need to also add in these guys into the game renderer. It doesn't matter. The main idea is I want to group these things together because the board and the Catman and Blinkus all are sort of related. Let's see, actually, the board. Let me go to my board here. Does board... My board doesn't actually have... Okay, yeah, it's the game, so I need a game renderer. Let's start off there. What do I have changes? What changes are in here? Program.cs. Oh, I just changed it to skip. That's an interesting little change I made there. Is that the only change? Why? I wonder if that was just my formatter. Here, let me do a revert. Discard changes. Was that just a format thing? That's weird. Why did that happen? That's okay. That's okay. Oh, gotta adjust my hat stack here, folks. Gotta adjust my hat stack. Okay. Let's create a game renderer. And in our game renderer, namespace capman.raylib, we're gonna do a public class game renderer. And the game renderer has several components inside of it. It's gonna have our board render, it's gonna have our Capman render. Essentially, it's gonna have a game, public. I don't know that it needs to be public, but we're gonna go ahead and make it public. Public game, game state or current game. Get I think I'll go ahead and give it a set for now. I might make it a private set or make it a init. We can initialize with it. Let's do that. We might be able to swap it out later. Our game then has all the things that we need to render it as well. So let's go to public game renderer. Like, I don't even know if we need this constructor. Oh, we will, because I want to have private board renderer, private Catman renderer, private Blinkus. Sorry, this will be enemy renderer. This is going to be our Blinkus renderer, but we'll start with just enemy renderer here. Ascertainment number 17. Today, Ascertainment. Welcome back to the stream. Great to have you with us, buddy. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. I hope things are going super well for you. Let's come in here and we're going to initialize this. Dragon Spirit Games, holy moly. How you been, friend? How you been, folks? Do you guys know Dragon Spirit Games? Dragon Spirit Games, incredible human being, artist, game developer. He's working on a game called Gaia, inspired by his daughter, with a huge focus on accessibility. If you're not checking out Dragon Spirit Games, be sure to go check out Dragon Spirit Games. Dragon Spirit, thank you so much for being here, my friend. Love you. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Hope you're having a beautiful week. Hope you're having a beautiful life. I hope things have been going well. Dragon Spirit Games with the hat redeem. Clearly, I don't have enough hats. Let's add a hat to this stack. Let's see if I can reach that high. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. For the extra hat. My head was getting cold, so I definitely needed that. I appreciate it. El Capitano 12. El Capitano, I'd like to welcome you today. El Capitano, welcome to the crew. El Capitano, thank you for the follow. I'm doing absolutely wonderful, Ascertainment. Thank you for asking. Jasmine, you are welcome, my captain. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I didn't. Let's reverse that. Thanks. Thank you for the welcome, El Capitano. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Happy to have you here on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. Is that true? Is it a Monday? It's beautiful Monday. Yes, it is. Board renderer here. All right. I think I can just do this. New board renderer. Equals new Catman renderer. And that's going to be equal to a new enemy renderer. It's probably going to end up being some parameters to this one to be our Blinkus. I'm going to call this, it's sadly Monday. Look, it's only as sad as you feel, as you want it to be. I don't know if that's true either. I try and be as positive as I can. Red Merds, great to have you, my friend. Can I do just a new game here? There we go. Board render, these are probably saying that they haven't used these yet. Yeah. All right, so now I want to add a public void render here. We don't have to take in a game state. Oh, I suppose I could take in a game state. That might be the way to do it. Rather than have the game be part of it, you pass in the game you want. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's the ticket. Int X, int Y, and I'll call this left and top. But yeah, we're back on a Monday. A lot of people heading back to work today after a weekend. Fun fact, oh man, for people who are in the United States, the Super Bowl, for people who didn't know, the Super Bowl was yesterday. That's a big thing in the United States. Redmer, welcome back to the stream. It's great to have you here. I don't pay attention to the sports ball. I feel really embarrassed. I was eating breakfast. I went to a diner yesterday. I frequent the diner, and one of the servers who knows me there, we chat a lot, and she asked me, she goes, "Hey, you gonna watch the game later today?" And I didn't realize yesterday the Super Bowl was happening. I was going, I must have sounded like such a fool, such a foolish person. It's like, I sort of shook my head. And went, I don't even know what game might be on this weekend. I'm what you might refer to as a big nerd. I don't really watch sports. And she was so nice about it. She's like, "Oh, that's okay. Not everyone watches sports, this and that." She was so nice. She didn't say, "Well, most people I feel like in America be like, you didn't know the Super Bowl was today?" And it wasn't until later, I felt so embarrassed later. When I realized I was looking at Twitter, which the platform formerly known as Twitter, my feed is mostly just programming memes and stuff. And I was going, why is everyone talking about football? Why is everybody talking about football? What's going on? And then it clicked. Oh, there must be a really big football game today. And then it dawned on me, it's the Super Bowl. What's happening? Oh my goodness. That was an embarrassing moment. I was pretty embarrassed, folks. Let's keep going with this renderer though. So we have these renders, a game comes in here. And I like to call it Twix now. Yeah. Board renderer.render. We're going to pass in our game.board. And we're going to give it the offset 0, 0 here. Oh, no, left and top. Left, top. All right, and then we're going to do our Catman render. Catmanrender.render. Game. What's interesting here is this takes in a game and not a player. That's wrong. I should have this take in a player because this shouldn't take in a board. This should take in an actor. We'll call it player. Or actor, I guess. Catman. This is really a Catman here. Catman. No, Catman. I like to call it Twix now. What is Twix? I'm so confused. Redmer, I'm confused. What do you call Twix? You call the Super Bowl Twix? Or sports. Yay, sports ball, it's true. Got a question. I last did software development 3 years ago and have been wanting to get back into it. Any sections on where to start? Depends on what are your goals. What is the outcome you're looking for? Are you looking to get a job? Are you looking to just do it for fun? Are so a lot of times it's hard to answer generic questions. I'm not saying it's super generic. The 3 years isn't that long to be out of the game. But the question the follow-up question I would have, oh, Twix, gotcha, Patricombe, welcome to the stream. That makes sense. Still twitter.com. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Glad to hear. Get a job out of it. My answer, most people tend to dislike the answer I have regarding what to do to get a job in programming. So the hardest part about getting a job as a software engineer is getting the first job. Once you have that first job and you're established and you've been there for 2 or 3 years, it's on your resume. You are now a highly desired commodity. I know people talk about the layoffs, this and that. Good software engineers are a highly sought after commodity. And when you're looking to hire someone, you want to hire someone. It's very expensive to hire someone, and it's a gamble to hire someone. And you are trying to minimize the cost to your company. When you hire a person, you want them to add value. And software engineers can be really expensive. And if you're looking to get that first job, you've been out of the market for a while, and I know a lot of people will say this sounds crazy. Java and PHP are two of the most sought after skills for those entry level positions. Java and PHP together. I do have a bachelor's and a master's in computer science, but for the last 2 years I was working with data. I want to go into the software side now. And yeah, so that's totally fine. I'm not saying you have to do one of those two things. I will say my experience when I first started doing freelance work, PHP was the tool I used, the most used programming language I used. I'm not saying that I enjoy working in PHP, but boy, are there a lot of jobs that pay, and good PHP developers can make a lot of money. Same with Java. Java is not, in my mind, not the most fun language to use, but it's used all over the place, and you can get high-paying jobs using those two languages, and they're very general. PHP is more web-based, of course, but they're very generalized languages for doing lots of things. I would say there's a lot of competition, but there's so many jobs in there. Java is usually the answer I tell people. Learn Java, especially if you're not sure if you want to do what type of development you want to do. That said, I'm not a huge fan of writing Java, but there are a lot of jobs out there for Java developers. It's kind of an industry standard. It's an industry standard. If you understand how to code well in Java, you're going to be able to get hired and have a job. If you're looking more for web development stuff, maybe the answer is different. I haven't done a ton of web development. Let me say that. I've worked a lot on backend and machine learning systems. Java is a huge deal. Python, maybe less so. Kotlin, but Hero Fox, how many people are hiring Kotlin developers? That is the thing. Kotlin, super cool language, hard to find a job. Hard to find an entry level job, right? Hard to find that first job as a Kotlin developer. I'll say the same thing about React. Oh, I just lost some hats, folks. They fell off. Gravity, harsh mistress. Let's get those hats back on. Got to keep the people happy. Those hat redeems. I was looking at learning data structures. Then hit me. I've kind of forgotten how to think like a program. Data structures, algorithms, good stuff too. There is a book called Cracking the Coding Interval. Does that count as a hat stack overflow? It might. Usually I count the hat stack overflows when we get an out of bounds, when we run out of hats to add. That's sort of when I do it. That was more of like a hat reallocation. A hat reallocation. That was just like the garbage collector being like, I need to clean up some space. Okay, we got it. We got it figured out. If you're just looking to get that job, El Capitan, okay, that one might count as a hat stack overflow since that one fell over. Patreon, stop talking about learning programming language. You have to learn to program. Then it's quite easy to adapt to any programming language. That's fair. That's fair. This is, again, that's why I'm saying you learn a specific language. That's why I say in PHP or Java. Those are very, very specific job types you're gonna get with those two languages. All right, my hat. We had a hat stack overflow. Points at all. Sorry about the hat stack over 1,000 points, and we got a hat overflow there. My hats all fell off. Thank you guys so much for the hat redeems. We're gonna do a hat pop. We're gonna do a reset there. All the hats. Like my head couldn't handle. My head couldn't handle it. Thank you guys so much for all the hats. Now we got that hat line. That hat line. All right. So the book that I would recommend is Cracking the Coding Interview, and then the biggest one that I like is Real World Software Engineering. What is it called? Real World Software Engineering. There's a book, Real World Engineering. Is it called Real World Software Engineering book? Real World Software Development. Here it is. Read this book. Read this book. I think this book is fantastic, and then the other one is Cracking the Coding Interview. These, as much as I'm not a huge fan of this style of interview, but it's just what we have. It's just what there are. These two books. I'm not a fan of this style of interview. When I was interviewing people, I didn't ask these types of questions, but you're gonna see these types of questions in a lot of interviews. People will say that if you're doing a job and they're asking these interviews, it's not worth it. That job's not worth it. The problem with that type of sentiment is that a lot of companies do this. They do these types of interviews. It's part of the paradigm that we're currently in. And like I said, you just got to get that first job. You got to get that first job so that you're somewhere where you're programming and you're working with other people and working with people who are better than you. But yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Oh, my colors got all changed here. Patrick, OMG, Patrick, oh my God. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's not about the language, it's about thinking like a programmer. That said, I do think there's a lot of Java jobs out there. Catman renderer takes in a Catman. It's going to take in an int left, int top as well. And it's going to be our offset here. Left plus top plus that. Same. It doesn't take in a game.player. Let's take in a Blinkus. It's going to be, we don't actually have the Blinkus here. So let's clean that up. Let's go to our game. Does our game have, maybe our game does have it. Okay, so we need to add in an actor. And the actor that we're going to add in here is actually going to be our Blinkus. This is an enemy, Blinkus. Equals new actor, like that. Perhaps during initialization, we should actually set the starting position of these guys. Specifically, this is interesting. We could also have this take in a list of enemies. You know what? I'm going to make this an array of enemies. And I'm going to say that we need to initialize this. Part of our initialization. We'll do a public game. IEnumerable of actor enemies. Like so. Potentially all of our actors could be passed in here, including our player, but we're going to take in a list of enemies here. And then we'll figure out what those enemies need, but during update, we'll just do an update on each of the actors. The actors should know how to update themselves based on the game state. So they're going to receive the current state of the game and then update themselves that way. So because I made this in a init, I don't actually think I need to, hang on. Enemies equals enemies here. We're just going to convert that to an array. We don't have an update on them yet, but this will allow me to, in my initialization step here, specify that, hey, I want just a new actor, and then this actor, essentially, I can't do it like this because I need to do some initialization on it. Let's do a actor Blinkus, a new actor. Are these initializable? They're settable. Yeah, so I can do actor X equals, and I don't know what the X and Y here is. Let's go look at our board real quick. Oh, Smab did some great work on this. I think I might need to do a reload. Reload the window. I recommend for beginning developers not to use Copilot though. Let me say that I don't think Copilot is super helpful for people learning to program. It can be very confusing to new programmers, and I also think a lot of junior developers and intermediate people who have some strong programming knowledge, it is a lot of bugs getting written with Copilot. Let me put it that way. I'm not saying it's not a fantastic tool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not it isn't a fantastic tool. Just a lot of yeah. Okay. What is going on here? Why is my highlighting VS Code cannot handle this, man? Hang on. I was coming over to my board. Oh, there we go. Because I wanted to figure out this area here. I guess I could eyeball it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. X is 13. Y is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's go with 14. See if we get close here. Add a Blinkus inside. Hero Fox says AI is good and all, but for learning, nothing beats actually writing the code yourself. Absolutely. And I think reading other people's code and refactoring is such an important skill. I have found that my students, their abilities grow drastically in the second class. In my second class, they don't write all of their programs from scratch. In the first class, they pretty much write all of their programs from scratch. In the second class, they start working in existing code bases, and I see their skill levels. I didn't used to do that. I used to think, oh, we need to make sure they're writing all the code themselves so they understand it all. I've changed my mindset on that. Is once you have the basics down, and maybe even I'm starting to think I need to start incorporating more in my intro class, is once you have to work with an existing code base, the ability to start thinking about how other things work and pulling those things in becomes super, super beneficial to your growth process. The guy who asked, that's right, Waka Waka Waka, welcome back to the stream, my friend. Happy to have you here. I think it's a decent tool, El Capitan says, when you really get stuck, but people are going to rely on it too much. Dragonspear says, indeed, Copilot will not make for better programs. It will help, but if you don't know how to code, you won't understand a thing of what it creates. I have mixed feelings. I think it's a powerful tool. I don't necessarily think it's great for hard things. I think it's great for boilerplate things. Smab, the man, the myth, the legend, welcome back. Thank you so much for your contributions to this project. Really, really greatly appreciated. Let me know if you're really here. I would love to chat a little bit about your code. If you're really here. If you're not really here, I'm not going to go into it too much, but I want to say thank you for your contributions. I really, really appreciated them. It's like playing Minecraft and exploring a cave. Yeah, yeah. I'm here in about 6 minutes. Cool, cool. That might give me enough time to actually do a thing. That might give me enough time to actually do a thing, but I don't know. Maybe not. All right, so we no longer need our board render. Let's get rid of our other renderers. And renderer. Well, we can leave that. Game equals new game. We got to give it a new. Okay. Need like a reset option. Ooh, this is so interesting. All right, this refactor here. All right, we got rid of our render before. Blinkus here. And I want to create a board renderer. Game renderer. Just initialize this. And then down here, we will do renderer. And maybe we should call it game render. Render game 0, 0. Game renderer. Roy-ku, welcome back to the crew. Number 19, you are so grand. I had traumatic experience learning Java, Felix says, and now C# scares me. Oh, don't let C# scare you. Felix, if you're scared of C#, don't be. C# is such a lovely language. In my experience, I've absolutely loved it. I'm going to recommend to you to check out the C# Player's Guide if you can get a chance. It made me fall in love with C#. I used to think I didn't like C#. I used to think I didn't like Unity as well. This book doesn't have anything to do with Unity, actually. So what Alma says, I used to think I didn't like C#. I ended up working at a school where students were programming in Unity. Not programming in Unity, making Unity projects. And so I decided I needed to learn C#. Found this book and fell in love with it. I fell in love with C#. This is coming from a person, I didn't have a traumatic experience with Java, but Java was like my main programming language for a long time. My job required it. I programmed at work in Java for a very, very long time. Not a huge fan of Java, but C# just made me really, having learned Java, made me really appreciate all the stuff that C# has. And that says I was working with an old version of Java. I've heard great things about new, more recent versions. Prophets, welcome back to the stream. I'm so glad you love math, my friend. I'm so glad you love math. I love math too. Math is one of my favorite things. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh, I can't do that part there. You're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, I definitely recommend the C# Player's Guide. I think it's one of the, if not the best book for learning C#, both for new people and for returning people. Blinkus render game dot. Oh, this is interesting because I need to know what enemy to render here. We'll go with, this feels weird. This feels weird. Because the enemy, I need to know which type of enemy they are. I'm gonna go with 0 for now. And this feels incorrect. This shouldn't take an enemy, it takes in an actor. And really it's gonna end up taking in an enemy actor, because the enemy actor is gonna have 3 states. 1, searching, 2, chasing, and 3, running. It's gonna have at least 3 states in it that we're gonna use: searching, chasing, and running. And so the traditional actor isn't gonna be what we need. We actually need to know that it is an enemy actor, because the Pac-Man, the Catman actor is player controlled. It doesn't have these states, so we're gonna need that extra information to do it. But this is what I'm gonna take in for now, just so I can take our actor .x and our actor.y to draw it onto the screen. We're just sort of prototyping right now. And we want to multiply this by board renderer dot cell size. Board renderer dot cell size. And then these need to be integers, so I might do XY like this. drop these on the right side like that, and then do an XY. Can I just, all right, I might just need to say int, yeah, let's do int here to be explicit on it. I'm gonna make sure we cast this to an int. There we go. So we get our XY searching sprite. Let's see if I keep doing that. Should have checked if we build first. It looks like we don't build yet. No, let's not run the last successful build. Renderer takes 3 arguments. Oh, we need to take in an int left and then int top. X. Welcome, Smab. Let's have a. I just want to talk about the code you wrote because it's beautiful. Some beautiful code there. Let me see, make sure this is. I should have checked the build first, but let's try it. Okay, we have our guy inside there as the actor class inside now. Thank you for the sus, JD. Welcome back to the stream. Wonderful to have you here on this beautiful day. Add JD does dab. 5 JDs to you, my friend. Thank you for joining. Thank you for thank you for being here. Congratulations on your JDs. All right, let me get a commit in. You have changed some naming. Yeah, I mean, that's every time anyone ever writes any code, being critical of yourself is super important. Super important there. JD, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Also, folks, before we hop in and take a look at Smab's commit here, Smab's contributions.
Like you're talking.
I want to say, go check out JD Does Dev.
If I could do my captain impression.
Incredible human being.
I am
incredible.
Not the captain, but my eyebrows also move in a way like the captain.
It's too early to tell, but thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Folks, go check out JD. Love JD. Yeah, so let's take a look real quick at the contributions Smab made. Fantastic. So folks, I'm loving Smab. Thank you for doing the pull request. Folks, if you want to get involved in this project, I'm going to encourage you to do so. We've had 2 people, 3, maybe 3 people here ask already, but had a couple pull requests come in, and I'm loving that. If you want to get some experience adding some simple stuff, I'm gonna start. If you guys think of ideas, we can start adding some issues into this, and I'd love to have people contributing. But let's take a look at Smab's contribution here for enhanced board parsing, which I'm really happy Smab has done, because it's the type of thing that I really want to do, but it's super, for me, it's kind of low priority because everything else is working. In our board here, let's take a look at this here. In our board, this is how I'm parsing the board in. You'll notice these are actually, it turns out these are non-traditional ASCII character codes, which kind of makes it painful to design these boards a little bit. And Smab went ahead and updated it. First, Smab made it so this takes in the string. Is in the test an element in board? Yeah. What I should do is I should actually, maybe I should even look at the files changed here. It was just hard to show just the files changed, but maybe we can do it based on the commit. All right, so let's do it based on commit here. So the first thing that Smab changed, let's do it this way. I want to make sure, let's make this a little bit wider. Let me turn off the chat, can take up more space, and I can zoom in a little bit. My head's still in the way though. All right, let's take a look at this. Gilgamesh, what are my retirement plans? I'm gonna work myself to death. That's my retirement plan. Vinci, welcome back to the stream. Gilgamesh, great to have you here. Vinci, it's wonderful to have you here as well. No, I've been working on anyway. If you, Gilgamesh, before I don't want to get distracted, feel free to use exclamation point Q if you want me to answer that question. I will. All right. So the first thing, previously, when we were constructing our boards, we needed to use this type of format where we had arrays. I had a string enumerable, an enumerable of type string that has my board coming in. Smab switched this to, or added in. Yeah, so it's okay, Smab. Smab And I thought I wanted to do this. I have some mixed feelings about this. I think it's great for this type of thing. We're using, Smab wants to use the new string literable multi-line. I can't remember the exact name, but it's essentially a multi-line string literal that lets us do new lines, and the string ends up being lined up over here, which is great to get this in. So instead of having to do an array, we just put the string in here. The one thing I would complain about with this, and it's fun. So the great thing is Smab added the ability, you can do either. You can do either one, it doesn't matter. You don't need just one. The one thing I would complain about with this is it technically, I think we need to have white space here, and it's hard to see that white space in those spots. That said, not a big deal. Not a big deal. This is the type of thing that's going to fail very quickly. When you go to run the game, it'll crash right away. And in fact, I could be wrong. It may be the case that you actually don't need that. There may not be a check. The important thing is that the first row, at least the first row needs it, because I think that's where we're pulling in the length there. So I'm not 100% sure if that's true or not. So this is the first thing Smab did, enhanced our string literals, so we can parse things into string literals. Thank you, Smab, for doing that. A quick contribution. Oh, good. Then it doesn't matter. The first line is important because if we look at the code for how that's parsed, I believe it checks. Yeah, the first line matters. The first line matters. No. We're gonna crash if they don't all match the first line right here. Actually, they all matter. So I'm not sure if that's true. Because we get the column length here, we're using that rather than the length of them. We could change this to not do that. So there's some fixes here, but it looks like it would be a problem. It couldn't come up with it. The big problem is because I couldn't come up with it. That's, look, not everyone could, but I bet you could if you tried hard enough and you built up the skills to get there. You just have to build those skills up, the guy who asked. Okay, let's look at the next thing that Smab added. So we are using some weird symbols here, or weird characters, non-traditional, non-ASCII characters. These are UTF, I think they might even be UTF 16, UTF 8 characters, cares. All right, here. I like this edition as it's literally a one-line change. Yeah, I really like this edition as well, Smab. It's a one-line change to the code, and then we changed all of these things, which is fine. I changed nothing. The one line where we change here is you provide an additional constructor that all we do is say, hey, go ahead and split this into new lines. So now we're taking a string literal, we replace line endings, we split into a new line, and we're good. So this is the one line we have to add to actually be able to do this, and it's beautiful. Yeah, the one constructor here comes out really, really nice. Really nice here. And I really appreciate you taking the time to go ahead and add this and then go in and modify my strings. Like using this for white space inside of the board. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing Smab did, or one of the other things Smab did, let's see if we can find just that. Loading from a string. Board can be configured using basic ASCII. Add namespace. All right, so let's look at this one here. Maybe we'll avoid the namespacing stuff. So Smab, better indentation. I love this indentation. And I think we've talked about this before. The main reason I don't do this is because formatters won't do this for me. That said, I think there might be a way. I was looking into it last night. Is there a way to get a formatter to do this? And it turns out there are some things there are some extensions you can install to have your formatter do it. You have to work to keep the formatter happy. Yeah, so right now my formatter gets rid of this. And so I was hesitant to say whether or not to keep this. It's also one of those things that you'd want to be consistent on your team, I think, but you could let slide a little bit. I like that. Smab updated the tests here. So check this out. This is great. So previously we had to do this So we'd have to explicitly specify a corner, and I was using this UTF-8 stuff. And SMAB updated it so that way we have it's much simpler to draw these ASCII boards now. You don't have to do a copy paste of those ASCII characters. There's not a keyboard button I don't have a keyboard button for these. Some people might. SMAB added just a generic corner character that we can add here. Switched it to just hyphens rather than this special character here. And switched these to the vertical bar rather than, again, this was a special character, which kind of surprised me there. So the idea here being it makes it much easier to draw these boards in ASCII. And the way SMAB does this is quite nice. The element code, just look at the end file, and I accidentally changed it to the last commit. Let's take a look at our element then. Element here. So SMAB previously we had these. SMAB added a corner here, so it's a generalized corner. Totally fine. We had this isWall. I also appreciated you adding these, even though there's only one of those elements right now. It makes it more consistent, so I do appreciate you adding those. We just have to add in the corner to our wall types as well. So we have isWall, added the corner in there, and so now we have that. Great. And then you added the one, this is where there are some differences in how I would have done it, but I really like the code you have here. So initialize elements, we read this in, and then we go through and say, hey, corners have to do something special for when we draw it on the screen. Yeah, SMAB, I appreciate, yeah, thank you. I did appreciate that. Making it consistent, which is really a very important thing to have if you're working with other people or working with code that you wrote previously. So SMAB added this loop in here. This loop is detecting which type of corner we should use. And we are doing some interesting stuff here. This is the first time I've seen I thought this was a clever use of a switch expression. So notice we're saying true switch, and then we actually just ignore this true here, and then we actually say when specific things here are being used. So out element. The one thing that is a little bit interesting here is we just need to be careful about what the default value of these are. The default value is going to be 0, which turns out in our element isn't any of our elements. So it actually kind of works out nicely. I would have changed above, below, etc. to directions, as that is what you use elsewhere. Gotcha. Left, right, above and below. You change it to up and down. But we can say, hey, when this is a true, but now we can actually use a condition here that says when left is horizontal and below is vertical, this is actually an element dot top right. So it's going to select the first one of these that it finds, which is really nice. It's really nice. I woke up early enough to watch you, Expanded Cuber. Welcome back to the stream. Does it make any difference what the switch is on as it's ignored? Exactly. So I actually really like this way. I would have written this, and so I this is one of the things I love seeing other people. So someone's asking, what can I do to get back into it? Go read other people's code. Have other people critique your code. See what other people are doing. See what you like about they're doing. See what you dislike about what they're doing, and take the things and adapt them to what you're doing. I love this here because I would have written a series of if statements. If else if statements with these in here, because I wouldn't have even thought to do it that way, and this would have blown up drastically. But we know that each of our if statements is essentially just setting a single value here. We're trying to set element position here. Trying to set elements at position here to one of these things. And so we can use a switch expression with conditions. This when thing is super cool here. I've used it sparingly in the past just because it's not in my utility belt, and I'm hoping to start using it more. One thing I might change about this SMAB is you're using try get value here and discarding this bool. So try get value says, try and do a thing, return a Boolean if I found that thing. All right, and this goes in all, we're saying check each of the directions around it. And then we assign this value here. Something I might do, and I'm not sure if I like it more now that I'm thinking about it, I might do elements above. I'm curious what you think about this. Equals elements dot get value or default new position row -1 column. I'm curious your thoughts here. And then the default would be default. Pattern matching handles the null property. There's no null. This can't be null. Elements a struct, an enumerated type. I don't need a default. Null is fine. It's not null. So this is working because it's actually 0. It's actually 0. It's not null. But because I've assigned these things, so if I didn't have these here, it would actually be whichever one was first. So it's not null. Element can't be null. So it's actually 0. So I might have done this. This is actually, in fact, I probably almost certainly would have done this, but I probably would have done a series of crazy if statements. Not crazy, but gross looking if statements. Also, error regression. Thank you for the follow. Error regression. I would like to thank you for following me now. Error regression. Welcome to the stream today. Thank you for the follow, error regression. Happy to have you here. So I'm curious your thoughts on this. Which one of these you like? Thank you for the cloud of disapproval, JD. Thank you for the cloud of disapproval. Or maybe I shouldn't say thank you, but I appreciate you being here nonetheless. So thank you for the sus. I think I like this better, but I'd be open to, they're essentially the same thing. The one thing I like a little bit more is that I don't have to deal with this discard value. It ends up they're equivalent. They're equivalent, right? There's nothing wrong with, I don't think there's anything wrong with either of these, but I'd be curious your thoughts on it. And again, Smab, thank you so much for your contributions. I really appreciate it. I think the try value is fractionally faster by any measurable amount. That might be true. That might be true. As it's setting a default. As it isn't setting a default. That's I gotta think about that. I would be really interested. You're probably right. You're probably right. An immeasurably faster pull. Yeah, that's fair. Either way, I find this code really pretty. The one thing I would say is for new programmers, this is probably really weird to see, but it's so important for them to see. So important for them to see, like, what's this weird thing that's going on? Why do we have this here? Why do we have this here? I love it. I love it. Smab, thank you very much for this, by the way. I really appreciate your contributions here. Is there anything you feel that I may have missed here that might be worth going over? If so, let me know. But those were the main contributions there, and I really, really appreciate it. The most programmer thing is rewriting code to make it 0.000000001 seconds faster. Elements. What about elements? I did look here. So it showed this. You added corner. You added it to isWall. And then you also added isDot and isPowerPill, which I appreciated. Those were things I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. We should have that just to follow the style. The 2 element. Oh, there was a refactor here. Okay. Thank you. I totally missed it. This is quite different. This is quite different. Can we look at the diff here? Let's look at the diff here. That one, this one was part of the last. You're saying it's part of this N-Tiny refactor. Gotcha. This is where the, let's go down to element. Elements. Can we open just, okay. Here we go. So the main difference, can we look at, there we go. Okay, so here's what we previously had. We previously had this here, which we were saying, take in this character, CH, treat it as an element. So this says, turn it into an element. It turns out that it is an element already. An element, we have specified that elements are short and then specified some characters to define them. So we take the character code, we say, okay, compiler, treat this thing as an element, and we can use enum.isDefine to say, hey, is it one of the elements we've defined above? If it is, we just return that element. But there are some cases where that's not true with our vertical bars and our horizontal bars here. Our vertical bars and our horizontal bars. That's interesting. Why are these in here? Oh, because these are special characters. These are special characters. These are not the, this is not a hyphen. It's not the dash. And this is not a vertical bar. This is a special UTF-8. That's why that was in there. Okay. So we have that. SMAB has done this really neat thing. Again, with these wins. So one-to-one matches can be mapped directly. Yeah. SMAB's done this, again, this really clever thing where he says, ignore this character. We actually don't care about the character when this thing is true. When this thing is true. When element CH is element L. So you actually get to define element L here. Which is that true? Where's L? No, you didn't define element L. Element L is still, same we removed that. When element CH is element L, this is neat. This is neat. This just reminds me of Haskell so much. You've defined, you say, take this value, and this is so interesting, non-traditional programming way to do this. It's casting this and then assigning it to L here. And then you're checking if it is defined in the enum. So it's this check here. This line is kind of being combined into this if state, or not if state, this conditional here. This is really cool. Casting CH to a type element and then assigning it a label, creating a variable that is here. And then you check if it is an element. If it is, we just return that element that it was cast into. Yeah, really cool stuff. Really cool stuff here. And then the post-processing is fine. Not fine, but great. Post-processing is more than fine. It's great. All right. I like this a lot. I need to, if you see me writing if statements, is type variable is a very, yeah, in ifs as well. I've used it in ifs. I'm not used to the idea of using them in switch expressions yet. I have used them in ifs before. It's really useful. It makes our code a lot more concise. Someone might argue that it makes it less readable because it's non-traditional. I love this syntax. It's being defined in a very limited scope, which is cool. Because the scope it's defined in is just everything to the right before this comma. Excellent, excellent contribution, Smab. Really helping me to become a better programmer, which I always appreciate. And I hope other people have learned something from this as well. This syntax is so cool. I hope someday I can start writing, be more confident in my ability to do these things. And I'm just not there yet. It's a journey. Fantastic. Smab, thank you very much again. We are going to hop back over. I need to make I think I want to have I feel like I need an actor interface. I'm trying to decide for my enemies. Okay. I have this enemy renderer here. There's going to be some stuff that has to happen. I'm saving this because I want to have it as a reference. My enemy renderer, I need a class called enemy or something like that. The enemy has a lot of the same properties as an actor. The one thing that still needs to be done is to handle the file you try to load from the resource of path for corner. I also changed that to use path.combine. Okay. So that's in the renderer. Board renderer. That's weird. Why is it? That's crazy. It's finding this file that was recently open. Board renderer. Interesting behavior there because I had it opened in another spot. That makes sense. Oh, it's not in here. Oh, there it is. There it is. I was using, yeah. So path.combine. This is much better than what I was doing. I had like a string that I was just combining with. This is going to be platform independent. So path.combine. I had, yeah, you had an exception throw a chess piece message as well. Thank you for fixing that. Those copy paste errors. Path.combine preferred over string, just string concatenation. This is going to be more cross-platform because it's based. Yeah, these operations are performed in a cross-platform manner. I was doing with forward slashes, which is going to cause problems on some operating systems. Corner here. This should probably just throw an exception. I think. I don't think there is an asset for that. We should. Why? Oh. I don't know how I feel about this at this point. It is a valid enum, however, but it's not a valid. It's not a valid sprite. There is no corner sprite. Yeah. So if I were to, does the program crash if I do this? It does. Where? I guess I could look at that crash message. We are loading. Sorry, reading chat on a delay is a challenge. Load textures. Load textures. Ah, it's this here. Yeah. It's this one here. Interesting. So, I'm curious in my... There's a... I have to decide how I want to do this. I could exclude corner. I'm trying to decide if that is... Yeah, there's several options. I'm putting a where on it. Yeah. And do this dot get values. Why can't I do a where on that? Apparently I can't do a where on that. It also won't let me do that. The return, what is this? Get values is returning an array. If I do element, can't do that. All right, so yeah, look at that. It doesn't know the type. Let's go look at get values. I have to specify this. Before it was yelling at me for that. So this will work. There we go. Red ghosts. There we go. That kind of makes sense. You can specify the type, I believe. Yeah. I have to put it here. There we go. That where element or L is not a corner. So we can pull out, we basically say ignore the corners. Welcome back, BK. There we go. Interesting. This is okay for this situation, I think. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It makes me feel like perhaps corner doesn't belong here. But then that adds a lot of complexity to this because you need the context to change it. So I think I'm okay with it. 20 minutes of relaxing, nice. Always enjoy some good relaxation, some R&R. He doesn't start stationary. That's correct. That's in the traditional Pac-Man game as well. I do have it. I don't know if anyone knows. You can press R to reset it, and then Pac-Man looks stationary because the game is resetting every frame. Yeah. You know, I gotta say, I'm really happy with this game. This has been a really fun project. I don't know if anyone else has said it's much fun. Probably not, because I'm the one doing all the coding. No, or not all the coding. I'm the one coding it, but I've had so much fun with it. I love this guy here. Okay. I want to... Yeah, Smab. I don't know if you play. I'm assuming you've played it a little bit. I've been really happy with the movement here. Invalid board elements. Let's say, rather than invalid board element, we want to say no asset found for no sprite found for board elements like this. No sprite found for board elements. I think this is preferable of an error message here. Okay. Let me do a commit. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Let's see if we can actually break this into more intelligent commit here. Let's add in. That's not what I meant, but that's okay. That was disappointing. I might have done something really dumb there just now. Get status, get commit. Sure. I feel like I need to stop working on the main branch since other people are trying to make contributions to this now. I really feel like I need to do a develop branch. Let's get this in here, and then I'm going to create a develop branch. Get commit chore. Update Capman's sprite. Here. Let's look at our other changes. Exactly, just copy paste from the other project and then modified, or just create a branch for each feature you work on. Yeah, feature branches would be great as well. I should do something. All right, so questions about how when you're working with other people, you have to be a little bit, you have to take more care. You have to take more care in these things. Apparently I added a space here. I'm not sure what I changed. I don't think I changed anything. This is just my formatter. So this is the problem. This is the problem with formatting the way that you were formatting Smab, is my formatter is going to come in here and botch this stuff up and then make noise in our commits. So I don't think I've actually made any real changes. It's okay. So what I need to do on this project, just like we have an editor config, we need to have a formatter config as well and say this is the formatter we use. And usually on a project like this, you would have a linter that runs on, like a GitHub action or a pre-commit hook, a pre-push hook that runs and says, hey, okay, you fix this up, please, first. And in terms of that work for me, yeah. And it's not that I don't love the formatting, it's that my formatter doesn't do it. Dragon Dust, welcome back. How are you on this beautiful day? Dragon Dust, great to see you. Congratulations on being number 20. Holy moly, I think that might be the most we've ever had on the daily command. This is actual things I've added in here. Board render, this is actual real changes here. So let's update this. We'll say chore update board renderer to update board renderer board renderer. Is there a minimum to points if you give 100 people doing first? It divides 1,000 by the position. Yeah. So if 1,001 people do it, the 1,001st person won't get any points. I'm not worried about that happening. Props. Great to see you again. Welcome back to the stream, board renderer. Handle corner sprite error case. Put that in there. Props, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome back. Great to have you here, Catman Renderer. All right, so these are the things I'm actually working on here. So let's make a feature for this.
Whoa.
Proton. Welcome back to the stream. We got Proton raiding us today. Proton. Thank you for the raid, Proton, folks. If you guys don't know, the incredible, the wonderful, the magical Proton Fig. Go check out Proton Fig. You see that beautiful game, that beautiful music. That's Proton special. Yeah, so I need to make a a feature branch here for the game render. Exactly, Smab. Folks, be sure to give Proton some love. Commodore 64 Guru, currently working on some Amiga stuff. Proton, I hope you've been well. I couldn't get to that program turn. I sent you a message on Discord asking about it. I didn't get a response for you. So if you would check your Discord, let me know. And maybe we can check that out later today. Spilled coffee over my keyboard, could be better. Props master, I've been there. That's why I got a stack of paper towels over here. All right, so let's make a feature branch. Let's try and do some good practices. Let's make a feature branch. This is how I do. I do get checkout dash B. You can do a get branch as well. I'm gonna call this branch here. I typically follow the convention of username / feature, but you could also just do just something like this, feature board renderer. You know, something like that. Let's create a board renderer. Game renderer. Just a nice little feature branch here. That way, if someone decides to make edits to the main branch, it doesn't get botched up until this feature is actually complete. That said, we'll see. Sometimes we manage to get some things done. Thank you for the Doi Proton. I appreciate it. So we have a game renderer here. And the piece I'm working on is not in board. Our game, we're adding in these enemies. We do have a renderer here. My enemies need to be, I might have actually just finished this. How long does it take to make your own programming, like a basic one for a project? The guy who asked, we did it in a week on stream. That said, I've made programming languages in the past, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Oh, we did have a question as well earlier. Gilgamesh, you still here? Gilgamesh. Are you still here? Cause you asked, what is my retirement plans? What are your retirement plans? Gilgamesh, if you're still here, I'll answer that. Let me know if you're here. I don't want to answer it if you left. I suppose I could clip it. But yeah, we did on stream. Username checks out the guy who asked. It's true. Over on the archive, on the YouTubes. Or on the YouTubes, if you want to check it out, we did make a language called Dicelang. Let's go to live. Maybe it might have been making playlists at the time. Yep, Dicelang, creating a programming language live. If you want to go back, watch the archive here. We spent 7 days making a programming language called Dicelang, which came out, was a really fun project. Open source, you can go look at the source code. You find that archives help growth, or is it more of a personal thing? Not a whole lot of growth. I could be wrong. The answer is I don't know, BK. It's more of a personal thing than anything else. I don't think it helps with growth. That said, a lot of people who are my regulars came from YouTube. So I know Lance has been here a long time. I know quite a few people who found me on YouTube and came over. So live streaming on YouTube at the same time, I think, has helped quite a bit. I used to have more viewers on YouTube before I stopped streaming to YouTube. It doesn't matter. The answer is it doesn't hurt. The answer is it doesn't hurt, and I'm live streaming to both at the same time, so it's no extra effort on my part. Han So Hi! Great to see you, my friend. Han, I hope you're having a beautiful day. The challenge that I have right now, really, I have a game renderer here that is working. I should make a, so here's the funny thing. I made this branch, and now it's just gonna be fine to render my actor here. It draws it here. My enemy renderer, I need a new class, because the actor here, I'm feeling like this is an interface. Pushed Amiga Math so hard, nice. So our actors have these properties. Current direction, next direction, and then these things are calculated. The enemies have some additional state in them about how they are their current behavior. There's information about their current behavior. Sean Codes, just want to say hi and that I love your energy. I enjoy having your stream on in the background as I drudge away at my government programming job, back to lurking and working. Sean, I want you to know that I appreciate you lurking here. Sean, I appreciate you, my friend. I'm glad I could add some nice energy to your life, and I appreciate you hanging out with us on this beautiful Monday. I hope the drudgery is not too much for you to handle, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope things pick up for you on this beautiful Monday. So, I want something that has all of these properties. I'm thinking a subclass. Let's go with an interface. Let's make an interface, because what we really want here is an eye actor. All right, namespace Capman. Are these in namespaces? They are. Okay. And this thing is going to be an eye actor. I'm going to do a refactor here for my eye actors. Now I'm no longer in my game renderer class. Smab. Now I'm no longer in my game renderer. I'm not working on game render, so it's really adding in an eye actor here. But I like kind of started on my game renderer and realized I can't do my game renderer. Or hang on, let's slow down. Let's slow down. This feature is kind of complete. The refactor, let's get rid of this renderer here. This game render now is working. What is this? Make a read only. Perfect. Read only. Read only. Okay. Let's get rid of that chunk of it. Okay. Let's commit this. Let's merge this into main. We're not going to add the eye actor. The enemies, I don't think this part's important here for this particular thing. Doesn't necessarily hurt to add in, but the most important part is our Catman renderer, our game render, and our program renderer. And our program got adjusted. Let's get rid of this space. We pulled that out. We switched it to just render. Blinkus is getting added here. Okay, so we're going to add these things in. I noticed that you are using types on both sides of the equal. Was that a deliberate choice? No, it's probably autocomplete. My autocomplete does that. And I try not to. If you might want to turn off, you might want to turn off suggestions in the editor coding. Next time I see it, I'll stop myself. I'll try and stop myself. If it was there, it's unintentional. I don't see it now. Here, yeah. So my autocomplete. So check. This is an annoying thing here with the rect equals new, and then it automatically completes that for me. So if I type new and put a parenthesis, it adds this in here. So it's an error, it's a bug, it's an annoyance. They are expecting me to use var on this side, which I'm just not used to. I actually don't like the var. It's against my personal preference is to put rectangle on this side. So it's more than anything, it's accidental. Welcome back, Ryan. Did I miss? JD says, Lurkin Money says, it's true. Ryan, congratulations on number 21. It's more of an annoyance of VS Code's default behavior. Yeah. So it's an annoyance of the autocomplete here. Congratulations on your JDs. Gee, I missed you. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome back to the stream. Nice to have you here.
Like you're talking with
Right,
Captain. Let me
thank you
see
for the
if I can
shout
do
out
my
to
Captain
JD.
impression.
Um,
I am not the captain, but my
this is
eyebrows
where
also
Style
move
Cop,
in a
I think,
way
would be really helpful
like the
to add
captain.
in. Hero Fox, it's my personal preference to not use Ver. I understand the benefits of doing so. I think it's fine for people to use Ver in reasonable contexts. Okay. Smab, not related to what we're doing today. I'll take if you want to, you can post it on the Discord. Thanks. Editor config is a style cop. Okay, can I in my editor config, can I say, let's find it here. Var style, var elsewhere, var for built-in type. I want to do the new style type. Let's go see. Ooh, I don't want to record my screen. That was an accident. Editor config, C#, new. So I don't know I don't even know what to search for here. If I know if I have style comment, it'll tell me it'll show style, new, constructor. Yeah. If people want to check it out, go for it. Want to look at rule options here. Want to look for the new keyword. Most people use the var instead of the variant where var is on the left side and you have the type on the right side. C# new line before open brace. Ooh, I do like these things. Naming conventions, coding conventions. Twitch Igor, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. Is it Twitch Igor? Twitch Igor? Let me know. Let me know if you want me to pronounce it differently. First. Exclamation point first if you want to see where you end up. Limit for open brace indentations. I'm assuming it. Is there a place where I can see all the coding conventions? So it's interesting. Yeah, no worries, Smab. I always appreciate it. .NET sort system directives first. .NET style qualifications. Oh, first Twitch Igor. Gotcha. Thank you for the woof. Look, I'm not a professional streamer. I just play one in real life. I just play one. .NET style predefined. Let's see. Editor config options. C#. Let's see if there's a list. It keeps bringing me back to this one. Tortilla Tornado. Great to have you here. I sometimes use this in severity equals none. Is IDE 0090? Is that the one I'm looking for? Simplify new expression. Here we go. Well, I'm trying to say that I want this to be included. Oh, Twitch Igor, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the sus, JD. Twitch Igor followed me. You know, Twitch Igor followed me. Twitch Igor, thank you so much. Twitch Igor, thank you so much for the follow. Making me feel special, my friend. Happy to have you here on this BEA beautiful Monday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Okay, so we want to say editor config, add this. It's sort of what I'm going to do. How to disable specific suggestions. I don't know enough about modifying editor configs. Josh Jenkins. Welcome to the crew today. We've got Josh Jenkins. Thank you for following me. Josh Jenkins, thank you so much for the follow. Proton Fig got me here, so let's see what you got. Let me show you what I got. All right, folks. Let me hit the microphone a bunch. That's what I'm gonna do. we're working on some C# stuff. I think in the page you can show option name in the last row of table. I'm right now, I'm just trying to get my editor config doing a thing that I want it to do. So you're saying if I do .NET naming style dot, I'm supposed to get something coming up here. We are working on Igor. This is what we're working on. We're making a Pac-Man inspired game called Capman. This is what we have so far. I just took out, we have some enemies. We're going to be working on our Ghost AI soon. The plan is to add in our enemy AI next, but we are working on this. So we got our Pac-Man inspired game here that we're working on here in a pure C# implementation, no engine. We're using Raylib to render. That's what we have so far. Right now, I'm just fiddling with editor config. People have been making contributions, so I'm fiddling with my editor config. Proton Fig, I think in page you can show option names in the last row of table. Really, I want in my C# new style, var preferences, expression body, pattern matching preferences. Luhamoza, Luhamoza, I'd like to welcome you today now, Luhamoza. Welcome to the crew, my friend. Oh yeah, we got Luhamoza following the Captain Coder. Luhamoza, welcome to the crew today. Luhamoza, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here on this beautiful Monday. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'm imagining there's something like the C# style editor. Let's do this. C# style options for IDE. Here we go. This is just a feature request to add more options that we can control stopper for target type new expression more finely. Options are there to help migrate code to newer idioms. The reason I think the rule should be reversible is because the style rules for var are this. I think it is too new and isn't in there by default. Yeah, I'm looking for... I really want to find... I would really like to find a list of things, and maybe I'll move on because this is taking up a lot of time here. I want to use... I want to say, okay, how do I add a specific rule here? Oh, C# style, implicit object creation when type is apparent. This is probably it. New preferences equals true. And then I need a error is probably what I should do. Maybe suggestion. All right, so let's try. New expression can be simplified. So now I'm getting it here as a suggestion. Maybe I want it to be a warning. Yeah, warning is going to be what I want. Let me try redoing it here. Enjoy your boat building, Pexy the Builder. Build that boat, build it on up. When you're ready to share that boat with us, let us know. Let me try reloading this real quick. Also, Pexy the Builder, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here on this beautiful Monday. I hope you're having a beautiful Monday. Maybe I should just start using Visual Studio. My students, you know, I don't even know how the pain my students go for. Viking boat to go for pillaging. Ooh, there we go. All right, so now we'll get warnings for it. I really like this. I need to start including this with my students. Okay, I need to come up with a good editor config for my students. right, so now we'll get these warnings. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I wish I would. Oh, it doesn't like that. So now, all right, so I have a minor issue here. Can I do new? Okay, I can do that. All right, I can do that. I was like, oh no. So it wanted me to do this. It's totally fine. All right, let's go find all our problems. Let's add Raylib. Dragon Dust! Thank you for the hat, Redeem. We had all our hats fall off earlier, but we're gonna see if we can keep it on. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Add this to our dictionary. Add to user settings. Okay. Santa Maria. Add this to workspace. Racing. Add to workspace settings. Sean Codes. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. We'll add another hat to the top here. Sorry, all my hats are on the floor. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. So I have parentheses for clarity set as error. Yeah, I was thinking I might do. My students are gonna hate it, but I'm gonna start. This is gonna be better than Style Cop. So I was gonna use Style Cop. Well, there's a couple things. Style Cop. Let me ask a question. Can I run Style Cop from the terminal? .NET. Is it format? Oh, I have to give it a file. Catman. So Style Cop, I know how to. Does not appear to valid part .NET. So my question is, how do the build process will use editor config as well? Okay, .NET build. That makes sense. Otherwise, my problems wouldn't come through. All right, so let's do a thing here just to test it. So when I'm not getting it as a warning here. So do I need to have an editor config in each project specifically? Do you know what I'm doing wrong that I'm not getting in my .NET build here? Or is there something specific I have to tell it to do to use the editor config? .NET build use editor config. Perform the code analysis. I don't think this is what I want. If you want the build tools for a CI environment to recognize the editor, you'll need to ensure that you're using Visual Studio 2019. That's an interesting thing there. Yeah, that's interesting. Because I want this, how to make editor config name visible in .NET builds. Currently not supported. This is several years old. It's about 4 years old, so maybe not be true. Style Cop I can run as a separate, I can explicitly invoke it and then set it up as a hook. .NET check. Not a pretty valid project solution. Catman. All right. .NET format the project or solution file to operate on. And I might be formats code to match editor config settings. Oh, okay. So this will actually apply it to everything. This might be causing a million files to be changed right now, which is not a bad thing. Okay, so it automatically applies these things. Yeah, there's things in it I don't necessarily like. Okay. Wow. Little part of me is like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. .NET Framework works, but the rules for when to apply need to be above a certain level. Yeah. I might need to undo that because I was liking some of these things. Which of these are... Oh, man. I wish I had not done that. Because now I need to figure out exactly where that problem, what I did here. I need to go back. All right, let's do... Because some of these were actual changes. Some of these were actual changes. Oh, goodness. Yeah, some of these were actual changes. Some of them were not. So I just can't undo all of it. I know. Okay, so the ones I know for sure. Smab, correct. I should not have run it. I was thinking it was going to not actually modify the projects. I thought it was going to give me say where my formats were wrong. I was thinking I was running a style cop type thing that would say, here's all your problems. You should go fix them. Or so anyway. I would not. I wish I had not run it. I agree. All right, program action I need to keep here. Global usings did not actually modify. Game render is new. Okay, there. Enemy render. Hopefully there was nothing important in that one. There was some important changes. We'll get errors now. Catman render. We're gonna keep board renderer. We're gonna keep animated sprites. I guess we can keep that. That one seems okay. That seems fine. Wall tile, fine. Neighbors, get rid of you. Actors, fine. Game, fine. Okay, so this isn't as bad as I thought. I can look at the ones where there's like drastic formatting changes and just undo those. Okay. This wasn't horrible. All right, there we go. All right. This, wall tile, I don't need. I like this change though. All right. Sure. Format. Let's get rid of these. Hang on. They're the ones that are not doing anything. All right. I need to go over into. Okay, we're almost back. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me. Feel free to laugh at me here. My foolishness. This shouldn't build anymore. .NET build. I'd be amazed. My default is heavily modified to my coding style, and that's fair. Why? How is this even building? What? Oh, I'm no longer using this. Okay. Fair enough. Git status, git add, git commit -m feature first pass at game renderer. Yeah, I made a terrible mistake with it here. First pass at game render. All right, so we have our game render. I need to add some stuff in here. We have a basic game render. All right, git checkout main git merge game renderer here. Let's go ahead and push this up. Git branch delete game renderer. All right, the branch I want to work on next is, or the feature, the thing I'm gonna focus on next, and try not to get distracted. I keep getting distracted by things. Let's focus on adding in git checkout -b random walk enemy AI. So I literally just want to have an enemy that moves around on the screen. When it gets to an intersection, it chooses a random direction to move. That's all I want to get done with this feature. That's all I want to get done with this feature. To do this, I really like this actor class, but I need to extend it to an AI, because the AI has 3 states it needs to be in. So we're going to add in a state for our searching, chasing, and running. So that's sort of like the impression I get. It also it needs to be able to know how to update itself. So I'm actually going to create an iActor interface. Oh, and I already started that. Public interface iActor, like this. And the properties it has are essentially these things. These are the properties an actor has, minus the values here. It doesn't have the default settings. Okay. We need to be able to get and set these things. This is a default implementation of column and row. And now I can say, okay, well, this thing is an iActor. Now I can subclass this or create a new class. It doesn't matter. If I wanted to subclass it, I can. If I want to create a new class, I can. It's not a big deal. I want an enemy actor to be able to do slightly different things or have something called like an enemy actor AI that, given an actor, changes or gives us information about like what is the speed, what is the direction, that sort of thing. But I want to create an enemy actor. I suppose I could just call it enemy. Doesn't need to be an enemy actor. The main thing here is that I need a way to change these. This is how we control where the player is going and speed and position, that sort of stuff. Ivan Drofabia Philos. Is it okay if I call you Ivan? Ivan. Oh, Ivan. Thank you for following me today. We got Ivan. Yeah, Ivan. Welcome to the family today. Ivan, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Academy. I need to do a refactor here as well in all of my AI. Not my AI, my controls here of my game. It's in board, actually. These I no longer want to have. Is it in board? It should be in board. Yes. So this is an iActor now. An iActor. So I've changed the way I do this lately. Instead of creating iActor, I make actor abstract and derive from that. You know, I have some pretty mixed feelings. I've done a lot of different iterations on how I do things. I have found the majority of the time I end up writing an abstract class, and maybe it's because I just do it wrong. I find that I regret using inheritance almost all the time, so I try to avoid it. I try to avoid it. There's no real implementation of it. This, I actually want to get rid of the sets on these, I believe, from here. I think I'm gonna get rid of those sets and we'll be okay. I don't think it'll actually break anything by getting rid of the sets. I have mixed feelings. I probably still want the actor interface. Been working well for me so far. I think part of it is I've been avoiding it so long now that I'm not sure the problems I'd run into again. And part of it is probably just me overthinking everything. There are times when I feel like using an abstract class is really useful. The last time I used one was when I was doing, I find it very useful for writing a parser. Writing a language. We have these things that are all very, very similar with very, very minor differences. There's no logic in this actor here. This is literally just a data class saying, hey, there's going to be a thing that has this information. I don't know that it makes sense. There's no sets. There's no logic on this yet. An abstract class, typically I have some logic defined for an abstract class. There's no methods here. It's all properties. If I had, I'd be curious. If I was doing calculations, an abstract class feels like it might be better. But this is just saying, hey, there's a collection of these things that I need. On the eye actor, I happen to be able to set them. I don't know. I'm a little bit. I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn on it. Let's see where I end up. I'm exploring what's the best way to do this here. The great thing about doing the eye actor thing now is I can just get rid of those, because those are defined above. Is that Cthulhu 666? Cthulhu, thank you for the follow, Cthulhu. Oh, Cthulhu, thank you for following me. Thank you for the follow, Cthulhu. Smab, it's the advice on interfaces in abstract class is all over the place. It is really what it comes down to, in my mind, is there are problems with both. And I don't think it's well defined when you should use one or the other. The times I have found it useful is when specifically I have some very common implementation. So Smab, the abstract class I have found useful for the following. I found useful, so example, abstract, public abstract, operator, class operator here is when I have one method that doesn't need to override do a thing, which has, does stuff, clean up, and then in the middle there's this, perform thing, void perform thing. I found when I'm wanting to do this is my default implementation of a thing, and it's like this ends up being a one-line difference all over the place. This tends to be when I use an abstract class. This is why in a parser it's really useful, because I can say, okay, well, an operator has, this symbol defined on it, this other thing, but the actual performing of it's different. And you can see this in my record. I'm hoping to be around on Saturday, so I may add my Dice and Tiles game into the showcase, which uses abstract. Ooh, I'm looking forward to it, Smab. That would be so cool. Andres, welcome back to the stream, Andres. And Napalm Codes, it's wonderful to have you with us again on this wonderful Monday. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here. We have been going way too long. I haven't taken a break. I just realized I haven't taken a break. While I'm gone, you guys should check out what Andreas Sastev is doing. Andreas, what have you been up to, folks? Andreas Sastev has been doing a bunch of cool stuff in Raylib. So I'm just starting out playing with Raylib. I don't know much about it. Andreas Sastev has been working on, I believe, a little game engine in C#. Be sure to give him some love. I think you've been here long enough, but just in case, if you got any links you want to drop and share with us, I'm leaving you in charge, Andreas. I'm leaving you in charge. I got to get myself some more. I'm going to get myself some tea and get myself some water. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back, and we'll be right around the corner. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for bearing with us. Andreas, thank you so much for the info, folks. Be sure to go check out Andreas, incredible developer, one of my favorite places to hang out. Duck emotes are the best. We got some great. Am I still subscribed, Andreas? Andreas, I'm not subscribed anymore. I'm gonna have to resubscribe. Some of the best. Have I ever subscribed to you, Andreas? Let's check it out. Hang on. You got some great duck emotes. Duck emotes. Hang on. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. How do I not have these? Crazy. Crazy. All right, there we go. Let's get them in there. Boom. Boom. Oh, come on. Go through. I don't think you have sent to me. I could have sworn I had, but now we're doing it. We're doing it. Here we go. Hit a refresh here. Oh, there we go. Got to get that coffee. There it is. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. All right. Sorry if that was a lot of pressure. Sorry if that was too much pressure for you. I apologize. We're going to hop back in here. Let's keep going with what we got. I'm going to create an enemy actor here. And the enemy actor... but then I got a sore throat and couldn't speak anymore. It happens. It happens. Awesome stuff. We're using some Raylib. I've been playing with Raylib. I had a lot of fun on the last project. Let's see if my code actually is compiling right now. It's not. My code is not compiling at all. All right, let's fix this. Player, actor. Why is this not... that is annoying. That is annoying. Is it because... One second. Yeah, the default new expression can be simplified. All right, let's simplify it. Boom, boom. Make field read only. There we go. All right. Let's run it so you can see what we got. Andres, I don't know if you've seen, we've been playing around with Raylib here. We made a chess game with it. We're working on Pac-Man now. Having a lot of fun with Raylib. I find it absolutely simple and easy to use. I'd be curious what your thoughts are on it. What other engines have you used in the past, if any? And then I'm curious why you chose Raylib. You're using Raylib CS, right? So we're doing Raylib CS. Be curious why you chose it, what you have found to be pleasurable about using it, and what you have found unpleasurable, displeasurable, if anything, about using it. I'd love to know your thoughts, because I have found it really nice to use. There are some things about it that are annoying, but I don't want to taint to me, that are annoying to me. I don't want to taint your what you're going to say about it, though. So I'd be curious what you think, what your thoughts are on that topic. Let's see here. We want... I hate the default implementation thing here. It's saying that basically... So I can't actually have a default implementation. So Smab, I think an abstract class might be in order here. I think an abstract class might be in order for this. Let's try it. Abstract... Let's not break everything yet. Hang on. Let's make this a player actor. I want to make this an abstract class actor. We're going to make this extend actor. And we're going to get rid of these things. Okay. Trouble with languages, you can do things so many ways. Yeah, that's the trouble with a lot of things. It's one of the things I actually really like about Lua is it keeps things really, really simple. Andre says, to be honest, the only game engine I used before this was Pygame 2 years ago. Other than that, brief stuff with Unity, Godot, and Real, but those are fully fledged engines. Yeah, gotcha. I really like, the thing I like most about Raylib is how portable it has been so far. So for me, Raylib was a cool thing to begin with because all I wanted was a lightweight library, exactly, where I could just draw on the screen without going into shaders too much. That's exactly what I want. I just want a lightweight library that lets me draw on the screen. You'd be amazed how difficult I have found finding a library that does that on Windows, Linux, and Mac. All three of those simply drawing on the screens with the setup being as simple as possible. I have found that getting that has been kind of nightmarish, but I've managed to do it now. Raylib, what I haven't managed to do it. Raylib meets those criteria for me. Me being so ingrained with OOP, the functional pattern of C language libraries, it's a bit weird, but other than that, I haven't had much issues with it so far. When you say functional patterns, it's a little bit, I think you are, functional patterns is like functional programming patterns. C is not a functional programming language. I think what you mean is that you have just a bunch of functions you can call. I think that is typically called procedural programming.
Whoa.
Holy cannoli. That's okay. I just wanted to make sure, I wanted to clarify. I'm not saying, I wanted to clarify what you meant there because I hadn't, in my experience, it hasn't been very functional. It's been more procedural. But I've written a lot of C code in my day. TBD Gamer, holy cannoli. Thank you for the raid, TBD Gamer. Thank you for the raid today. And folks, do you know TBD Gamer? If you don't, you should. Get to know him. Click that heart button. TBD Gamer likes to stream usually earlier than I do. Sometimes during the time I do, sometimes later than I do. Click that heart. What are you waiting for? Give him some love. TBD Gamer, if you got a raid and run, no problem. But what were you working on? By the way, I checked. It's already in your editor config. I have mine set to warning. Gotcha. Yeah. If you got something you want to share with us, TBD Gamer, go for it. Love to check out what you're working on. Oh, Andreas, I wanted to let you know, if you're around on Saturday, we have a showcase going on. Working on the Water Drink Water. Nice. We have a community showcase on Saturday. I think what you've been working on would be a perfect candidate to come on to the stream, chat with us. I'd love to see you. I'd love to see if you have time. Over on the Discord. Feel free to sign up or just show up if you can. Sign-ups are help ease my anxiety about whether or not we're gonna have people, but I'd love to see you. For me, the most frustrating thing to learn was working with the camera and getting that to move. I haven't done anything with that yet. Okay, so I believe this is gonna be nice-ish. So our enemy actor, feeling like namespacing here. Namespace, Catman, public class enemy actor. Sends our actor here. We need to add a new thing to it. So our enemy actor. I'm gonna create a new folder. I feel like I'm having a lot of files here. 7th is my girlfriend. It's a monthly anniversary where we do our date nights. Enjoy it. So I'll have to talk to her about it. No worries. It's around this time, essentially. So I don't know what time it is for you, but it's this-ish time. I think you are in another country from me. I'm in the US, of course. Okay. It's 3:22 in the afternoon. Gotcha. So it would be starting at 1 p.m. your time. 1 p.m. your time in Belgium, in the Belgish quadrant of the universe. Let's create a folder here. I'm gonna create actor folder. I'm gonna move my actors into this. My actor stuff feels like I'm getting, things are getting a little bit spicy in this directory with so many things in that directory. And we might want to add this to a specific namespace, but they're not really separate. It's just code organization. I don't know. No promises, no worries, no worries. I just think what you're doing is so cool, and I love having people on talk about it. Feels like that folder should be actors. Oh, smab. Maybe we should just call it A. How do you feel? What do you think? A. You know, keep things simple. Keep things simple. And let me rename this class as well. While I'm at it, let's rename this class. I don't have to type as much. Solve all my problems. Sorry, let's undo that. Actor. No, Smab. Excellent suggestion. Actors. Actors. I like that. By the way, Captain, building an ECS from the ground up it brings so many headaches. I'm sure it does. Oh, I can't. Yeah. I kind of want to build a game engine, a little micro game engine for learning purposes. Well, for myself, but also as a project for students where it's like, I can have this game engine where I can pull components. I can remove components out of it to design little parts. Say, you're going to implement a physics system now. You're going to implement this thing now. You're going to implement that thing now. And then also have it... Anyway, I'm getting off topic a bit here. Our enemy actor, I want to add in a new enemy state here. Namespace Capman public enum enemy state. Enemy can be in one of the following states. Searching. I almost feel like there's a third state here, or there's a fourth state. Searching, chasing, running. I feel like there's almost another one called waiting, and this is where they're in the box at the beginning. There's also like a dead, but we're gonna start with searching, chasing, running. The main thing with my enemy actor is my enemy actor has a enemy state, and the default state of it is going to be searching. I'm thinking I can make it so searching, it doesn't care. Dead might be another one where it's returning to home base. It's a little bit hard. One thing I didn't like about Raylib was their naming for certain enums and such because they didn't follow C. Yeah, they're following. It's because it's bindings to a C library. I would say that that's just because it's bound to traditional C. What I think are traditional, for the most part, I think I've seen it as traditional. The one thing that really, they changed it. I didn't know that. Oh, they fixed it. I should read all the sentences. I should read the whole sentence. The thing that is most annoying to me about Raylib is the documentation assumes you have knowledge of their underlying implementation. Let me give you an example of that in my actor. Let's renderer. My Capman renderer. Let's go to my sprite renderer here. In this Draw Texture Pro. What the heck is a pro parameter? What the heck is a pro parameters? What do these really mean? Yeah, using pro parameters is this. I still don't know where this come from. 25 gold, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, look, professionals are gonna use this one. It's like, what the heck is a pro parameter here? This is one of the most annoying things I have found. The documentation on this stinks. I think that's part of it, though. They do have the amateur one here. It's called Draw Texture. Here's the amateur version. Amateur version takes the texture, position, and color tint. Here's it's implied. It's implied if you're using this. Implied amateur. How do you spell amateur? Implied novice. We'll go with novice here. Smirking Squiggly, welcome back. 25 gold, great to see you. No, Smab. This literally, this is the thing I dislike. One of the things I dislike about Raylib is literally they say Raylib. No, Smab. Raylib. They say Raylib does not provide documentation. Raylib does not provide documentation. The library is designed to learn from the cheat sheet and examples. Here's the other thing. Does not provide tutorials, but you should learn by looking at examples. We don't, I guess, tutorials and examples, I agree, are different things. Yeah, so they specifically say, oh, that was the Raylib docs. I've looked at those. Yeah. They are not good. They're not good. And part of me understands it. Part of me understands why they're this way. It's because it's one guy maintaining this library. Every time you have a pro behind a function, is that the function is supposed to be used if you want more options. Yeah. So it's an internal project that escaped into the wild. That's happened to me before. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I actually really find it. It just reminds me of the nightmares of using some of these. So this is literally, this is the documentation here. Here's every function. Here's every function in our library. Here's every function. Here's every struct. Here's all the defines. And every function gets one sentence. And, at the end of the day, there's really more to it than that. But I understand maintaining documentation is kind of expensive. An expensive load. I really dislike this. It's like, well, figuring out how to flip. This was such a weird thing. There was nowhere that to flip it on the X. When I do the crop, I need to use a negative width. So this just doesn't make sense to me. This doesn't make sense to me. To flip the image, you use a negative width. So this actually says it takes the regular width. So it's actually taking the image to the right, but then it's flipping it over to the other side. It's like cropping. It's weird. I don't quite understand this. If you can't use it, you're not a pro yet, Smab. Clearly, I'm not a pro. It's true, though. I'm not a pro. Exactly. I'm not saying I don't like it. It makes sense to you. It makes sense to you. To me, I feel like I would do that on my destination. So, yeah, but it's not the scale that I'm putting it on. So this is the crop. This is the crop one here. So I need to use a negative width on my source, not my destination. That is the part that is weird to me. That feels backwards. So in my source, negative width to flip here. Doesn't make sense as an API input though. Here, I'd expect it as my destination. So it's weird that it's a negative width here, because I feel like if I was cropping something, I said start here. If I gave it a negative width, that would mean to me to go to the left, not to crop to the right and then flip it, because that's what it means. Whereas with my destination, it makes more sense saying like, oh, here's my top left, and then I'm going to draw it anyway. It would have been much better if Red had worked with the texture coordinates. Have caused me a little bit of pain as well. So it's really tricky. The order here is not what I would have written. It's not what I would have written, and that's okay. That's okay. We figured it out at the end of the day by playing with it, looking at examples, exactly what I said, and you learn a little bit better, I think, that way. That said, it would have been nice to just say, oh, by the way, to do this thing, do that. Anyway, my Edera engine will work with UV and then just recalculate to use what Raylib needs. Gotcha. Okay, so I need this. This was the whole thing. I needed this for my enemy actor to have a state here. So that way I know which sprite to render. So let's go to our renderer. I end up opening so many things. enemy renderer. This needs to take in an enemy actor, enemy, like this. And then we are going to draw based on the sprite we're using. So I'm going to say animated sprite is going to be equal to switch. Oh, sorry, we're going to switch on our enemy dot state. And we're going to say the sprite that we want to draw is if we're in searching, enemy state dot searching. We're going to pull out our searching sprite. If we are in our chasing, we're going to do our chasing sprite, or call it attacking sprite. We're going to rename that to chasing sprite. And then we don't have a running sprite yet. So for now, I'm going to put a throw no not implemented exception. No sprite implemented for state. And then we'll do our enemy.state. Finally, TDM off. No one's after each break, the hats come off. If you would like to add a hat, feel free to exclamation point hat for 500 points, of course. Smab says, luckily when I go to use Raylib, there is a Pac-Man-like example that is fully documented that I can use. Fully documented is a very strong word, Smab. That said, I have been going to my chess example to see, how did I do that thing again? Yeah, there's quite a few examples available. But yes, luckily you have it. T-Demoff, welcome back to the stream. Feel free to give me a hat if you'd like. Just saying, but maybe make a default texture which it can display on unknown states instead of throwing an exception and just logging that. Maybe. I prefer to fail fast. This is for... You're probably right. You're probably right. I'm going to fail here so that way I know right away where my error is. And then I get a stack trace and stuff. This will... Maybe. You're not wrong. Andres, you're not wrong. We don't want this to actually crash at runtime for our player. I appreciate that feedback. I do. This needs to take in int left, int top, board left, board top. We draw ourselves relative. It doesn't have to be a board top, but it's like our offset here. Enemy.x. Let's calculate this var. Or I can do int x, int y equals. We're going to cast this int enemy.x times board renderer dot cell size, comma int. Almost got this right. Science. Oh, science streams. How you doing, my friend, today? Science! Thank you so much for SciArt Sunday. Thank you so much for Microscopy Monday. What are we microscopying today? Andreas, you're right. This shouldn't fail at runtime. That's what I'm saying. Like, well, you're right. You're right. We shouldn't fail at runtime here. Because the game will crash for my user. I don't want that. This exception should probably be more along the lines of like a debug.assert. This is, I want it to fail for me as the programmer, not as the user. So I'm not planning. This here is saying, hey, the programmer has not implemented something yet. Not, hey, the game reached an unknown state. The programmer actually just hasn't done this yet, is what's happening. Amber fossils and tardigrades again. Beautiful. I can't wait. I'm doing absolutely wonderful, Science. I love that you're here with us almost every day, my friend. You know, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Did you know that? Board left. Board right. Board top. All right. I love being here, and I'm insatiable. Can't be satiated. Moon is squandering those points. You know, Moon is. I added the Lambo redeem just for you and Dram. And you know, I thought you guys were salmon up for that Lambo redeem. But not yet. Not yet. You're almost there though. You're almost there. Thank you for the hat redeem. All right, so we can draw our character on the board here. Render. If you want to, try it. There's a Lambo redeem. It's just you don't have enough points yet. You don't have enough points. I haven't added it in the description below, though. Yeah. Ooh, not enough points. Sorry. Sorry, you're not there yet. Maybe someday you'll have enough points. I thought it would say how many points you need. Let me update it. Let me update it real quick. I didn't realize. I thought it would just automatic. Apparently, it doesn't automatically say how many points you need. For all the points in the world, not enough points here. Let's see if we can update that. User does not have enough points. You need. I should probably have it say how much more you need. There we go. All right, command updated. Look, if you want a Lambo, redeem. If you want to get that Lambo redeem. Almost, Chero Fox, you're getting close. You're getting close. Lambo. JD, that's right, the Lambo. Okay, let's go into our game renderer here. Our game renderer. We have our game. We're gonna say for each game enemy actor enemy in game.enemies. Let's update our game here. That's a little above average. Hero Fox, you're gonna get there, I promise. Maybe if you guys pull together all your points. Maybe. Nice try, Mooniz. Nice try. You can do points give. You can do a points give, Mooniz. Andres, you're building up quite the stack there as well. Enemy actor. Nope, that was not what I actually wanted. This needs to be enemy actor. Enemy actors there. What's the conversion rate to JDs to points? JD, that's up to you. If someone wants to give you points, for your JDs, that, you know, there's a bartering system here. You can check if you want to see how many JDs you have, just exclamation point JDs to see how many have napalm codes. Thank you for the hat redeem. Moon is no JDs yet. No JDs yet. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat on here. All right. JD's been racking them up, though. I gave away my JDs. There you go, Moon. This JD, thank you for the, so kind. So kind. All right. So let's fix our compilation errors here. Follow the errors wherever they go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is telling me that in my player actor, or I guess in my actor, here I want these to be initable. Probably need to make them settable. Feels bad, man. There we go. All the stuff. How many hats do you have, Andreas Sastev? We've run out of hats a few times. It's very, very infrequently that we run out of hats, but we have run out of hats a few times. I should add a link to Andreas. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's add a hat to the stack. Thank you very much for the hat redeem. Yeah, not enough hats. We basically we had a lot of hats this morning, and gravity took effect, and we lost them. Nice try, JD. You can't do an add-on. You can only do gives. Only I can add JDs. Only I have the power to add the JDs. But you have the power, my friend, to give them. You can give them. You can't add them. That would be too much power for one man. It's too much power for one man. Let's follow our problems. This spell checker's driving me crazy. Catman. Add to workspace settings. You guys are crazy. Nice try. This is an enemy actor. Here we go, Blinkus. Problems. Collection expression. All right, this is an enemy actor, Blinkus. So you're minting the currency, but I'm distributing it as I see fit. Correctly. You're the distributor of JDs, as you know, seems appropriate, but only I can produce them. Only I can produce them. It's sort of like a check balance system here. And that'd be a funny thing. That'd be quite the bug if the parser did that. Oh man, it's cracking me up. All right. All right, so our game renderer, for each enemy, we're gonna do we need an enemy renderer. Enemy renderer. Like so. And there's gonna be some stuff with this, because there's different types of enemies. Render enemy. For now, that's what I'm gonna do in our left top. All right. Will it build? Find out next time on Captain Coder's Academy. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that grump. Look at that grump there. Why is Pac-Man? Everything's broken. Everything's broken. Nothing is working. That was disappointing. Oh no. Oh no. What has happened? You did have an actor renderer, and then put which sprites they call into it. So what's probably going to happen is my enemy renderer. So my enemy renderer has different states. My player render has one state. It's all your test work. That's a good question. .NET test. I'm assuming this happened when I accidentally refactored player actor and whatnot. All my tests passed. That's a good sign. Something terrible has happened. Let's go to our program. All right, let's look at our diffs. Look at our diffs. Specifically, the one I'm really curious about is our program here. Nothing has changed here. Okay. The old refactor, I don't even know what I broke. I don't even know what changed. Like, I'm wondering, am I just not... Is everything working and I'm just not... My renderer is doing something weird? Put a breakpoint where you expect the movement to occur and just press F5. I'm not even sure. Where... All right, in our program, in our game, in our board, calculate move. All right, calculate actors. Where'd it go? Where's my outline? No, I want to. I know where I want it to be. I just need to find the method. Calculate actor move. All right. All right. So our actor. Hang on. Just keep running. We'll get to the next frame. All right, a lot of time passed. We're not moving. Our distance keeps being 0. Oh, I know what's happening. I understand. Our player speed is 0. So I need to do public player actor this speed equals, honestly, I could just go into our game here. Speed equals 8. Take care, Andres. Thank you so much for hanging out. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, get rid of your breakpoints when you don't need them. You're welcome back anytime, my friend. You're welcome back anytime. Our Pac-Man's gone because the frame rate was did a thing. Rest well, my friend. I hope your throat feels better soon. Oh, come on. There it goes. I need to set the player's start direction is broken as well. We start going to current direction equals left. Next direction equals left. I suppose I could also make the start direction in this start position explicit. That's if you use breakpoints. It's true. It's sad but true. There we go. All right, let's put this guy in the searching. What's interesting is the searching things in it. If you have those, just add them to your constructor. If those have to be set, they don't have to be set. It's just 0 by default. They have default values. It's just not the default values that I wanted them to be. They don't need to be set. Really, they should have just these default values. You know, so really in my public player actor, we could do this. Int speed. It should probably look something like this. To override the default values. Yeah, this is probably what we should do is current or speed equals speed. This feels appropriate. Current direction equals left. Next direction equals left. This feels appropriate. You know, honestly, I think this is better. I like this. The override the default values. I would use the new format without the constructor method. I would use the new format of that without the constructor method. You mean this? Can I specify? Can I do this? Oh, you're saying put it up here. Okay. Let's Let's look at this. I want Raptine, welcome back. Phil. I'm not sure what I like better. Raptine, I hope you've been doing well. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Just noodling around with some code. You know how it be. You know how it be. The new, all right, so what is it? C# default constructor. A complete guide on constructors. There's like a new default, not default. What is the pattern called? Captain Krabs. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. Let's get a hat on the stack. I hope you've been doing well, Captain Krabs. Great to see you, my friend. It's great to have you here. Let's get a hat added. What is this feature called? I know what you're referring to. C#, like new constructor syntax. It's like a new constructor. Let's see if they have it here. There's like, you're suggesting the thing where I put the constructor at the top. Last night I finished the last boss, so now my game is 100% playthroughable minus a ton of bugs. Awesome. Smab says primary constructor. Thank you. Primary constructor. Let's look at this. C#12 introduces primary constructors, a concise syntax to declare constructors whose parameters are available anywhere in the body of the type. In this tutorial, you'll learn when to declare them, how to call them, and how to use them, primary constructor parameters, and members of the type where primary constructors parameters are stored. Okay. You can add parameters to a struct, class, or declaration, create a primary constructor. Primary constructor parameters are in scope throughout the class definition. It's important to view primary constructor parameters as parameters even though they are in scope throughout the class definition. Several rules clarify that they're parameters. Primary constructor parameters may not be stored if they aren't needed. Primary constructors parameters aren't members of the class. For example, a primary constructor parameter named param can't be accessed as this.param. Some stuff here. I don't know that it's super important to read all of this. I see. The following code initializes two read-only properties that are computed from primary constructor parameters. So we can specify a constructor like this, and then there are some properties that get defined using it. Okay. Creating mutable state. So these are only used during the initialization of it. So we could do int speed. Your first you shouldn't be with an abstract class. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it shouldn't be either. This is essentially what I want to be able to do. These are defaulted, and I could potentially default those in the abstract class, but that doesn't feel necessarily true to be the case. Yeah, I haven't used them. JD. Careful, my friend. Demerits, add JD. Be careful there. You could end up with some more demerits. Thank you for your daily rap time. Captain Krabs, just so you know, I don't know if you are awake on Saturdays, but I'd love to have you on this Saturday for our community showcase. We could take a look at your game. We could chat a bit about what you're working on. And maybe even play it a little bit on stream if you'd like. No pressure, of course, but I think you might be a perfect candidate for it. Okay. Let's do this for now. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. The player is going to start moving left here. If we need to modify that, we can. There's like some default X, Y positions as well. But this, I believe, will resolve what looked like, I mean, there was a bug in the code, but it resolves it. Okay. For our enemy in our program here, I need to create, I want to create a thing down here, game init game, like this. Oh, this is, why do I keep end up in, why does it keep bringing me to my chess puzzler? It's really weird. I know it's recently open, but it's weird that it's doing it. I haven't opened it recently in this window. Very peculiar. Reset here. Let's call that, let's change this to init game. And I want this to return a game. Like this. And we'll just say init game. When we reset, let's do that. Yes, code things, that's right. Make sure I can reset. Okay. I want on my enemy actor. What's interesting here is my default state is searching. And my enemy renderer seems to be showing my chasing sprite here. So I'm a little confused by this. I don't, probably would be easier. Smab. I would need to maybe change some, yeah. Solution Explorer might be easier. I don't know, it feels almost identical to me. The way I organize it, there's some extra stuff floating around in here. So yes, simpler to navigate, absolutely. I could put it up at the top here. And maybe I should get used to using it. Rap Time says, today I was trying to add new feature and broke a whole code. Broke the whole program. I do that. It's a danger. It's a danger. It's possible that can happen. And then here's why this is working this way. We didn't use sprite here. Additionally, we should do sprite dot current time plus equals raylib dot get frame time. Okay. Aries, welcome back to the stream. How are you on this beautiful day? Jormander, great to see you, my friend. I'm doing well. I'm doing fabulous. We're making some progress on Capman here. So let's do a commit. Let's do a commit here. And get status. Let's look at what we added. Board. This was just some formatting stuff here. Formatting. So we're gonna add this. Let's see the ones. Some of these were just formatting. After class actor. Distant answers. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Clipboard history saved the day. Nice, nice. It's always nice when it's a simple fix. It's always painful when it's not. Okay, so it looks like that one was just the only one that was formatting. Everything else, this one was just formatting. So we'll go with chore update formatting / style. Okay, and then this was our actual change here. Feat implement first version of enemy actor. Okay, this is our first version. We're not done with this feature yet, of course, but we have this stuff going in here. We got to wrap up for today. Unfortunately, I have work in about 40 minutes, so I got to hop off here. But Distant Answer, thank you so much for popping in. We will be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow for some more Capman, getting our enemy AI started. You know, I keep saying that every time, but there's little bits that we keep having to add, little things that we're doing. If you want to check out, will your Catman have the same save spot that the original had? I didn't even know there was a same save spot, so probably not. Our version of Catman's going to be, it's inspired by Pac-Man. It's going to be vastly different. I believe it's going to be vastly different. Our enemies, we're going to have power-ups, so we're going to have different hats we can wear. So we have this fez here. This is going to be a bowler's hat that you can collect. Instead of eating enemies when you have the bowler's cap, instead you'll have a projectile you can throw. So it's going to be quite different. It's Pac-Man inspired. The different type of enemies, I think, are going to have very different traits about them as well. We might even add, depending on how much time we're spending on this, we might even add different enemies on different stages. But yeah, the fruits that you would normally collect are going to be different power-ups or power-downs that give you different properties. There might even be some razors that end up shaving Catman. So the answer is no. Probably not. Maybe, but probably not. I do love this animation here. I think you guys helped me make this animation fantastic. Look at this guy. He's looking for the Catman. Looking for the Catman. I think I'm gonna clean up this curve here. Doesn't look quite right to me. It's too angled, too direct, but we'll clean that up. Let's find someone to raid, folks. Who do we got? Who do we got to raid today? Have a little look here. We have raid someone new. Raid someone. I Am Merlin was great to raid. I have been raiding. I've been trying to raid new people. Sundown is such a cool game. We might raid Sundown again. Let's take a look though. I'm open to suggestions. I assume this code is still in branch rather than on main. It is in a branch rather than on main. Let me know. Do you want? It's because I haven't finished the enemy AI here. Do you want me to merge it into main for you, Smab? You can also pull it from that branch, of course. I need to get a little. Yeah, I'm not following good practices. I'm not used to working with other people on my project, so I need it. It adds some overhead to do that. I have been looking at new streamers. Sundown stuff is so cool. I'll hold off on any changes for a bit. Okay. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I think we'll be finishing the enemy AI, the basic enemy AI framework tomorrow. I might even finish it in the middle of the day today. Making a programming language copy guy. You might want to see that. Might need a rebase, yeah. An MNO played via TypeScript. Let's look at what the copy guy's got going on. Copy guy. English mute. Okay, so we're not going to do this because it's going to be, they won't be chatting. They'll be typing in the chat, so we're not going to do them. Any suggestions? Let me know. Otherwise, we're going to go see Sundown, I think. I've been having fun raiding into some newer people. Let's see who they got for suggested. Best Super Bowl ad. Haven't seen this person. Leo's Dara, adding Derive support. Unity multiplayer dev. Kebab Scale is always a great target. Demolroy. Oh. This is always a fun stream. I like that stream a lot. Andy Lippy. Andy Lippy making some OBS plugins and stuff. Incredible stuff over there. TK Dev. Not to be confused with BK Dev. Looks like MMO. They're chatting. C, they're programming in C. Hello Comics is awesome. Yeah. Let's go. Let's raid Sundown. Let's go with my gut. Sundown, incredible streamer. We're gonna raid Sundown. Ask him to show you the game because his game's fantastic. Just so good. Folks, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Remember, when we get there, Twitch, raid, show us your game. Let's get our raid message here. All right, go ahead and copy, paste that. When you go over there, be sure to get him to show us the game. As always, keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Primer Justin, thank you for the follow. Primer Justin followed me today. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.